Thank you for calling the County Government of Nandi. Good morning, my name is Naomi. How can I assist you today? We Irene Yamune. Kichamege kapsa ibirwesi metkobuna no Irene.
Open governance is what every government thirsts for to quench the undying quest for public participation among its citizens. The Access to Information Act allows citizens to access official government information freely, so government has a duty to make this information available to its citizens. It is in line with this that the County Government of Nandi, in collaboration with the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, came up with the Nandi Call Center, the very first one of its kind in the Republic.
In the year 2018-19, we undertook to plan and to ensure that we have a mechanism in which the people can be able to reach us as a government for various services, toll-free, meaning that they are not going to pay anything. And that project kicked off on July of 2019. The County Government Act envisions a situation where the people participate in budget-making process. And in most cases, county governments have find it difficult to carry out an effective public participation forum. Therefore, the call centers come in handy to become another mechanism in which our people can continuously give us their views on various aspects in the budget making process. And in so doing, that becomes another avenue for public participation. It gives even the people who are residing outside Nandi an opportunity to participate, to give in their views by calling us through our call center number 1548, and they can actually address specific areas of the projects various departments have planned to undertake for a particular financial year. So public participation has become a key component that is being supported by the call center.
The joy of devolution is in the fruits it produces, and for Nandi County, the call center had to be that first fruit.
It came at a point where COVID-19 had just arrived, and there was a lot of confusion in public service, and most people were very worried about their health, and they decided, or the leaders within various institutions had to really decide and have people work from home, or have a lot of people from the offices leaving the offices and doing assignments from outside. But Nandi County somehow was at an advantage because we had the call center, which has been operational even way before COVID-19. And that is when now we took the government to the phone, where people did not have to come to the offices and talk to us. We are very proud that this technology came at a time when it was highly needed. So many counties had to call us, asking how we were able to manage and how we were able to operate the call center and all that, because of the very good report that went all the way to the Council of Governors as one of the technologies that has been able to overcome the challenges that COVID-19 brought to public service.
Fast, efficient and cheap is what describes the call center. Operating on toll-free calls, the facility serves the residents of Nandi 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
All our agents are trained in such a way that we have all the information from all the departments. We have a knowledge base whereby we can refer to every other time we have an issue, and issues that we cannot handle at the call center are escalated to the administrators, who are also trained, and they receive alerts from their phones through SMS, email, and sometimes we have to call them. The same alert is received by the chief officer and the CEC of the particular department. As soon as they receive the escalations, they give us feedback, and we are able to give feedback to the clients or the person who called on specific issues.
The center provides a range of services cutting across all the county government departments.
When the call center was started, we were tasked with answering every departmental inquiries. However, we had a few areas that we highly concentrated on. Those were AI and extension services. We had rates and permits, ambulance, disaster management. We also had questions to do with PWD, so people living with disabilities. And above all, we answered questions revolving around sports, youth and gender affairs. However, as the call center grew, most organizations joined in, and we were able to do so much campaigns that so the public get equipped with information.
The latest being the fight against gender-based violence.
Dhuluma ya kijinsia ni jinamizi ambalo limeweza kuweka watu wengi sana kwenye njia panda. Wasiweze kujua mahali ambapo wataweza kuokolewa, jinsi wanavyoweza peana habari, jinsi wanavyoweza saidiwa, hawana habari kabisa. Lakini hivi majuzi kupitia kwa serikali ya kaunti ya Nandi pamoja na Childline ambayo iliweka mkataba ili kuweza kusaidia watu kama hao, watu wengi sana wameweza kusaidika. Tunaweza hamasisha watu wetu kuhusiana na jinsi wanavyoweza kujiokoa kutokana na dhuluma hizi za kijinsia. Na watu ambao walikuwa wameteseka sana kwenye vijiji, kwenye miji na katika kila eneo la Nandi County waliweza kujua kwamba kumbe wamekuwa wakiumia sana, na kumbe kunaweza kuwa na msaada mkubwa sana huko nje. Na mpaka sasa hivi tunapoongea, watu wanaendelea kupiga simu wakitaka kujua, kwa sababu kuna wengine sasa ambao wametoa habari kuhusiana na visa ambavyo wamekuwa wakipitia kwa wingi sana. Kuna wasichana ambao wamekuwa wakidhulumiwa kwa mapenzi. Kuna wavulana pia ambao wamelawitiwa. Kuna wamama ambao wamekuwa wakipigwa katika nyumba zao. Vile vile wazee, tuwezi kudanganya kwamba hawapigwi. Wengi sana wametoa habari, ingawa pia wakati mwingine wanasema kwamba tafadhali msituweke hadharani. Lakini sasa inajulikana kwamba kumbe kuna watu ambao wamekuwa wakiteseka kisiri. Lakini ashukuriwe Mungu kwa sababu ya kituo hiki cha mawasiliano cha county, kwa sababu kupitia kwa hiyo watu wameweza kuokolewa.
Response to disasters has significantly improved since the call center went into operation. Distress calls are getting to the disaster management unit easier and faster. This has enabled a lot more lives and property to be saved from destruction.
We respond to different forms of emergency in the entire county. Whenever there is an emergency, we have to respond within the shortest time and be prompt as possible. When I talk about disasters in Nandi County, there are different forms of disasters that we experience. Nandi County, sitting along the Rift Valley, we experience landslides, mudslides, rockfalls, hailstones, and apart from that, disaster management sitting within the municipality of Nandi County, we also experience different types of fires, especially commercial fires experienced in the different business premises. Nandi County is blessed with different companies and factories. We work closely with them because they are prone to fire emergencies, and in this case, whenever there is such emergencies, we work together to put out those fires. So before the setup of the toll-free emergency number, the unit used to experience a lot of challenges because you can imagine when our phone numbers, our personal phone numbers were shared amongst the public, so that whenever there's an emergency, they call upon us. We had to sit down with a few members and come up with a toll-free number so that we could share it to the public. So whenever there's any form of emergency, it is reported to the 1548 toll-free emergency number, after which we receive the information within the shortest time possible and we respond to it.
For a county that relies on agriculture as the backbone of its economy, it is no doubt that agriculture is the leading service. With 5,000 automated calls an hour and interactive voice responses, farmers can access all information. Teletraining being the latest move by the department.
And if we have contacts for farmers that you want to be trained, they can be trained, or we can add it to our AVR. For training on this particular item, press 3. And then they can listen to the training as a farmer wherever they are in the county, because it's toll-free.
So you can come up with an initiative whereby you can tell people to train, and you can tell them, okay, you might be lucky to be selected to receive free fertilizer if you go through the training successfully. And now we can do the voice, so you don't need to have a venue to go and paste nini. No.
Self-paced learning.
When COVID-19 pandemic gripped the country in March 2020, the call center became the government on phone. Even with limited movement and work from home orders, Nandi residents and Kenyans from other counties were always a phone call away from the latest information on the pandemic and indeed the rest of the services they needed.
We did procure 10 more ambulances, and we had 7. And what we have done is we have stationed these ambulances across the county so that every facility and every citizen has access to transport from an ambulance when there is an emergency, when there is motor vehicle accidents, or when we have mothers who need to be referred to the nearest theater. We have a toll-free number 1548, and the reason why we have the toll-free number is because we are able to coordinate where we need to pick up the patient, wherever they are, because we cannot station an ambulance in every facility. But that has also been very successful. The call center has also been very key to our department, because we call patients after they've been discharged to home, like to see how they are doing, as well as find out how their care was. By calling our patients, we are able to improve our service delivery, and hence the confidence our citizens have. That is why our patient volume has gone up from 200 at our Kapsabet Referral Hospital to over 800 a day on our busy days. And another success story in the call center is during the COVID time. Not only did the citizens of Nandi use the call center, but also other citizens from neighboring counties, because this was a new illness. People were in a panic, people just needed information, and we did have people in the call center trained to give the rightful information about COVID, the symptoms, how to seek treatment, and also we let the citizens call us when there was a suspected case so that we can do the rightful surveillance. At the same time, if we had somebody who was symptomatic, we did not want them taking public means, and we had 2 ambulances specifically for COVID, and our citizens would call the 1548 number, and we would pick them up from wherever they were, or we would go home and do home-based care. And in that way, we do not have a patient who was sick traveling on public means and transmitting the illness on the way to the hospital.
County Public Service Board boasts of the immense support by call center during the implementation of the Universal Health Coverage Program in May last year.
First, because of the current situation of the COVID-19 pandemic, which limits the number of people to meet or socially to gather together. And we thought this was convenient because it has all the safety measures together with that, as the board will only call the interviewee from the comfort of their places of where they are. Secondly, as a matter of fact, we thought it even saves the economy, because considering the number of applicants we were to interview, and assuming everyone was to spend something to come to be interviewed at the county headquarters, you will see that we are saving actually the applicants the cost of transport. It is time saving, because we were able to undertake interviews of 530 people within 2 days, of which under normal circumstances that goes in excess of 1 week. This method of interview is actually to the point, because also all the calls are recorded, and should we require to retrieve at some later date, we are able to get the information without necessarily disturbing the applicants.
Evelyn Chepkiroi from Mogundoi has been living with disability for the past 8 years. A hairdresser by profession, Evelyn was gifted this mobility aid cycle. A frequent caller she is. The agents adore her, and on this day, paid a visit to her residence with goodies. Amidst a plastered smile, she not only praised a good rapport with the call agents, but also the governor's love for people living with disabilities.
Nimekuwa nikitumia crutches iko na uguza, nimekuwa nikitumia, lakini kuna time yenye mimi niko na saida hii niko nayo yenye nimepewa na Nandi County. Nimeona hiki kitu ni smart, sababu saa hizi nikitaka kutoka niende huko straight kununua mboga, ninatoka, ninaenda nikishashika lamu ninaenda na mloche na lakini ingekuwa crutches inaumiza. Mimi napenda serikali ya Chugachai. Huwa nikipanda gari ama niende mahali naulizanga au mnaonaje kuhusu Chugachai. Kitu ninapenda gavana wetu, kitu cha kwanza anapenda walemavu. Anapenda walemavu total. Tukiwa kwa mkutano tunaona anakuja. Kuna serikali zote zimepita, lakini sijaiona governor mwenye anaweza kuja kukaa na walemavu from asubuhi mpaka afternoon.
Just as this has been an answer to Evelyn's prayers, the call center is an answer to a myriad of challenges the county faced before. Call center has attracted a number of counties for benchmark missions such as Makueni, Kitui, Elgeyo Marakwet and Vihiga. Makueni County, for example, had a second benchmark in December 2020, led by the Deputy Governor. The delegations witnessed how the call center supports a variety of functions, particularly in key departments such as health and agriculture. Makueni County is now vowing to roll out a similar facility back home.
We have a saying in our mother tongue which says, when you stay at home, you think your mother is the one who cooks the best. Call center is something that I'm actually asking our CEC education to make sure that it is actually there, because we are known for public participation, we are known for open government, and what a way to actually open our government to the people, that they can call anytime, they can ask any question. Those contractors that are not paid, they can ask, when are we going to be paid?
This is one of those opportunities that we have seized, and we are seeing it's paying off. We want to challenge other counties to consider going this direction. It cuts costs, because really there are issues that only time can actually heal, can save, rather than our traditional way of service delivery. This one is helping us to have a turnaround time in the shortest time possible.
Bringing the diverse services from different departments and sectors under one roof and offering them in a typical corporate customer care approach, the call center has not only brought government services closer to the people, but also spread out warm, caring, embrace and provided an ever-listening ear to the people of Nandi.
Wai birchini kityo gilenji amite intaptengele ya kwanege kurena irina ugameche service nangwang nebo AI gilangwa teta konyone aginyo kotoretin eng jokchinet. Wait, tos ta itinye tebut age tugul nekemoche iteb Irene betutab rani? Sibiru inye eng namba nitok ni toll free ne 1548 kemi yu sikobit ketoretin. Eng niaba nebo county amache makun betut nemie. Kongoi mising, kikurena Naomi. Katun kabisa, kongoi.